o'clock. I'm gonna call this Wednesday, July 19th, 2023, Board of Equalization meeting to order. First item is roll call. Mr. Brett Town.
Present.
Miss Eleanor Thompson. And I'm Patrick Crawley, and I'm here. Notice the meeting was properly posted. We have 3 items on the agenda today. The first one is BOE number 184, which is account number ending in 4625. I understand that's by phone.
Correct.
It's a Mr. Corey Floyd.
Good morning, this is Corey.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Floyd. This is Patrick Crawley, Chairman of the Board of Equalization in Oklahoma County.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm on the right side of dirt. How about you?
Same, red side of dirt.
All right. First item is what you've got. Is our number is BOE number 184, which is account number ending in 4625. That's the property at 228 Southeast 7th Street in Oklahoma City. The owner is Oklahoma Realty LLC. The assessor assessed this property at $1,619,295, and it looks like the taxpayer is asking for $116,733. Is that right, Mr. Floyd?
Yes, sir. I'll probably revise my request after I make some remarks, but I want to explain first. So you just tell me when to go, and I'll sort of explain our position, and I'll be brief.
Okay, here's the way it works. We're going to hear from you first, then we'll hear from the assessor, and then you'll have an opportunity to respond to what the assessor says. All right. So,
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm communicating on an iPhone with some AirPods. If there's some trouble hearing me, please speak up, and I'll try with some different technology. But thank you all for your time. I understand I'm the first up this morning. I'll try not to waste your time. The assessor has this property at 1619295. That's $1.6 million. My clients acquired this building in 2018, 5 years ago. And then the building was a Subaru dealership. Then the building was obsolete. I'm sure me using the word obsolete sounds harsh, so please let me walk you through that. The building was constructed in 1988 as a Subaru branded car dealership. Car manufacturers have standards for their facilities, and these standards generally change. 7 to 10 years is a reasonable cycle where the manufacturer comes in and says, we want you to update your facility. By the time 2018 rolled around, when my clients acquired this building, Subaru had moved on to a new building design. And even better, the owner of that franchise, the Hudeberg family, had started the relocation process to move their Subaru dealership to I-35 in Norman. If you drive through Norman on I-35, on the east side, you can see a brand new Subaru dealership. You can appreciate the new building design and Subaru's changes and new standards. And so what we're left with is a commercial building designed in 1988 to be a Subaru dealership. What is it worth, and what can we, the commercial property owner, do with it? And so my clients are in the car business. They operate new car dealerships. They actually operate a Nissan dealership next door to this facility. For this building to be a new car dealership, you would have to identify a franchise, obtain franchise rights, get approval from the Motor Vehicle Commission, and then you'd have to remodel this 1988 Subaru building to be brand appropriate for whatever brand that was. The same goes for any other use. If you wanted to make this a Starbucks, or if you wanted to make this a chicken restaurant or something like that, it would require some remodeling and retooling. As it sits today, it's an 8,700-foot showroom with no service or repair department attached to it. And it's designed, I think everyone will agree, it's designed to show large products like a motor vehicle. It has limited office space in the back. It has cubicles in the front. I'm sure you have all been to a car dealership and you know the layouts and the concepts. The utility costs to air condition and light this facility if you wanted to use it for a professional space, like a lawyer office or a dentist or something like that, the utility costs are astronomical. It has very tall ceilings, and again, it was built in '88. It has a giant parking lot, and from our perspective, and based on what we've tried to figure out by selling it or leasing it, it's just not suitable for a whole lot of things. It's too small to be a Walmart, and as you all know, there's one not far down the road. It's too specific in its design and layout to be a restaurant. We submit that the value here, if any, is the dirt, the land, perhaps the paved land. And to unlock that, you would have to demolish the obsolete Subaru dealership and you'd have to start anew. This would take both time and substantial cost to do that, to convert it to something usable. And that leaves us with, what do we do with it? It's quietly listed for sale. It doesn't have a for sale sign in front of it. My client does own the adjacent Nissan dealership. There's a discount tire to the northeast on the corner there. We wouldn't and can't put in something inappropriate, something that would diminish the surrounding businesses. I assure you all, if my clients could put a car dealership there, this is their business and they know it well, they would have already put a car dealership there in the 5 years they've held it. A different brand or some sort of used car facility, they would be doing that now if they could, but they cannot. So we submit that the taxable fair cash value of this property is the dirt, and that the building, the improvements, the structure is really a blight.
Mr. Floyd,
Anything.
Mr.
Yes,
Floyd,
sir.
let me stop you right there. We do not have anything to do with taxable value. We only look at what the fair market value of the property is.
Okay, well, the current cash value, fair market value of that property to us is the dirt alone. And we're happy to concede the dirt value on the assessment, which I believe is 466,932. That's the land value per the current assessment. But we're confident and convinced that the building has no value, and if anything, is an obsolete blight. And so that's the end of our argument. I know you've read the file and are familiar with what we've submitted. That's all I have.
Okay. We'll hear from the
Well,
assessor.
I have a
Oh, wait a
question.
minute, we got a question.
What is the acreage?
That's
I
a great
got
question. I can
0.5
pull this
acre.
up.
That's got-
77,822 square feet, which is going to be more like 1.5.
1.5
I can get
acres?
you the specific amount if you can give me just a moment to do some math.
You're talking about the building itself, right?
Well, he's
Oh.
saying that the only value there is the dirt, so that's land, and I wanna know how much
Oh,
land it
okay.
is, and so, are you valuing,
What?
are you valuing that acre and a half at 466,000, or are you valuing it at 116,000?
Well, I think you're on the right track. We went with $1.50, I think is the number we submitted with our appeal. It comes out to 1.786 acres by my math. And the county has it at 466,932. I understand it fronts a busy thoroughfare there, and so if we're valuing the dirt only, I understand the dirt has some value, so I think the value is somewhere between where we have it and what the county has it. But I think the real issue here is that the building is of no value.
Okay. All right, she just had the question, we just need to answer the question. All right, I would hear from the assessor. Oh, and the first thing I want to know is they bought this thing in 2018?
Correct.
What was the purchase price and the dock stamps?
Purchase price $1,701,000. And then if we go to the dock stamps, right, you can see the dock stamps were $2,551.50.
Okay, and that's based on $1.7 million, more or less?
Yes, 1.701 million.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Hi Corey, my name is Jason Hill. I'm a commercial appraiser.
Hello.
Did you get a chance to go and set foot in this building and in this property?
I have.
You have? Okay.
Yes, sir.
This morning I had a commercial appraiser go out and take a look at it. And I would like to show some pictures now of its current use as of this morning.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen these, and I don't have the technology to see them, and so I guess I'm at a disadvantage.
Okay, well, we can, there's a few pictures here I'll show. If we go to the next one, it's the interior of the dealership there, and it is being used, it seems, as a showroom.
Just so you'll know what we're looking at a picture that shows the interior with brand new cars sitting there, it looks like, and offices that are ready to go. And the date on the pictures is July 19th, 2023. So the pictures are really
They were taken this morning. The note from the hearing officer who did this hearing stated, the 2023 commercial hearing denied, sales support the value. Tax rep Corey Floyd states the building's use for a new dealership is non-existent and the building will need to be rented to a new tenant or demolished. He also states the building is being used as storage overflow. We did a field check on this building and it is being used as a new used car dealership for Orr Nissan. There are salesmen and offices in the building. The account to the west is being remodeled and Orr will do business out of that building in the future. I called Corey on 5/12/23 to discuss this account and what he thought the value should be. He said he was in Starbucks and needed to call me back. I never got a call back, closed this appeal, and sent the NOD to the tax rep. So, and then the hearing officer went through and found, to support the value, 6 sales comps.
All right. You hear all that, Mr. Floyd?
Yes, sir.
It looks like from the pictures, well, it doesn't just look like, the pictures actually show that this facility is being used right now, and it's not being used as storage. It's got what appear to be new looking cars in it and a lot full of cars. It looks like a regular dealership, and it looks like that it's in progress.
I'm at a disadvantage because, shall I respond?
Well, I'm just telling you, this is what we're looking
Okay.
at. And I don't know what you could say in response unless you're standing in it, and it actually is not what it shows, but I can't imagine that that's the case. These pictures were taken this morning.
What was the value at 20, just a second, what was the value in 22?
The value,
Assessor's value.
$1,619,295.
Okay, so it held constant.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, anything else we got, Mr. Assessor?
Well, the first time that we went out there for the field check was in May 12th. There was a problem with the photos getting uploaded, so that's why we went out this morning again to get those.
Okay, well, in May 12th, was there anything much?
It was,
different?
according to the note, the same as what it was now.
Okay.
Yes.
And as far as you know, on January 1st of this year, this is what it looked like?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay. All right. Do you hear all that, Mr. Floyd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got any response to it?
Yes, the Nissan dealership to the west operates a showroom in a dealership. My understanding is if you're looking at vehicles and personnel in that building, that is overflow and storage, and that is not an active car dealership. But again, I can't see the photos you're looking at. I don't know if there's Nissan branded posters or signage or anything, but again, I can't see the photos, so it's very difficult for me to respond. At the time that we filed our protest, and at all reasonable times, I understand this to be some limited office space for accountants and just overflow storage being used because they can't do anything else with it.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Mr. Floyd?
No, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna close the hearing on BOE 184. Appreciate your input, Mr. Floyd. And a letter will go out on what we determine the fair market value of this property is tomorrow. And because we'll look at all the property we've been looking at this week that we need to make a decision on. But anyway, we'll send a letter out as to what our decision was tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye.
He could have come in person.
What time, is he here?
He's in Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
Oh,
as far as I know.
I thought
That's
pictures would
the-
best
That's
describe
the
it.
impression he gave me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next thing on the agenda is BOE number 186, which is account number ending in 4931. I understand we have an agreement on this property.
Yes, they do want us to call them, so I'm gonna still
Okay.
reach out to them by phone.
Who is it?
This is gonna be JC Colzer.
JC?
JC, female name,
Oh,
spelled like Jace, J-A-C-E.
double E or something. JC what?
Colzer,
How do you spell that?
K-O-E.
Oh, I got it.
Merit Advisors, this is J.C.
Good morning. Is it Miss Colser or what's the last name?
Kelser, yes.
All right. You want to spell it for me?
Koelzer.
Okay. I'm Patrick Crawley. I'm chairman of the Board of Equalization. I believe we're on a BOR number, BOE 186, which is account number ending in 4931. And this is the property at 4341 Southwest 33rd. And as I understand it, there's an agreement with the assessor, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what's the amount of the agreement?
I believe it was, we agreed upon 10% obsolescence on the idle equipment, which resulted in a 5% decrease overall.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is what's the agreement of the fair market value of the property at the end of all that
this
math?
business personal.
Well, maybe I better ask the assessor.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
8,844,674.
8,844,674.
Yes, 674.
Okay. Is that your understanding of the agreement, Ms.?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have an agreement of the proper parties at 8,844,674. Do I have a motion from the board?
Sure, Mr. Chairman, concerning BOE number 186, I move that we set the fair market value upon the agreed amount between the taxpayer and the assessor's office of $8,844,674.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Kelso, we've established that piece of property. Now, it brings us to BOE number 187, which is account number ending in 8306, which is a property at 2002 East Grand Boulevard. Do we have an agreement of party of an amount?
Yes, sir. $2,409,058.
Okay, $2,409,058. All right. Did you hear that, Jason?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement on that amount?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion on this piece of
I
property?
can move. With respect to the fair market value of BOE number 187, by agreement of the parties, I move we accept that agreement at $2,409,058.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay. J.C., we struggled with those two and we got it done, okay? And I thank you for your input. A letter will go out showing that this has happened tomorrow, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All
Thank
right.
you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Just curiosity, so were you closer to yours or hers?
Oh, they wanted 70% obsolescence, and we ended up giving them just 10 on the idle.
Oh, they're doing the old, well, that's the way we do our taxes type
Yeah,
thing.
give me the world.
Aren't you the new person?
Yes, ma'am.
And they put you up here already?
I'm into the
Oh, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Chris Whipple.
Chris, okay.
Yes, sir.
You did good.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's so easy.
I asked for an amount and I get all these, well, we have 10% here, 5% there. I mean, I don't care about that. What's the bottom line? So, all right, so that's pretty easy to add. Any
Click up here.
input from the
And then hit
peanut
the X.
gallery here? Any board comments? We meeting tomorrow, we got a
Yes.
excise board meeting,
So-
but it follows.
Correct, yeah, so we'll be meeting at 10 tomorrow for decision, and then excess will be at 10:30 because something has to be approved by the budget board first, so we gotta push it back a little bit.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
you guys want to get favorites now?
please.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll struggle with it.
All right, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right.